Hello.
And welcome to Film
Bastards. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to episode 573 of Film Bastards. My name is Ian Loring, and as always, I'm joined by
Becky Foster, hello everybody.
And Matt Foster, hello everybody.
Hello, one and all. We hope you are doing well. Coming up this week, I think we've just got the one main review.
I think you and Becky have both watched Love Hurts.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So, well, we're the two people who watched Love Hurts. And we'll also be taking a look at September 5. That got a Oscar nomination for its screenplay. So we'll see what we thought of that later on. We've also got quite a lot of trailers and like Super Bowl spot kind of things. I assume we'll have some questions at the end.
Yeah.
Great stuff. And, some what we've been watching and whatnot. So, buckle in. Let's see how we go. Just a quick update, because somebody kindly asked me on Instagram. Job situation. Haven't found a new role yet. Got a couple of interviews lined up for next week. So, fingers crossed on that. And thank you for asking. All is well, though. The redundancy package I got was, it's fair to say, very kind. So, all is well. We are a Pod Syndicate podcast, so please do listen to like-minded shows such as Chinstroker vs. Punter, The Rewatch Project, The Good, Bad, The Odd, and Entertainment Landfill. And, without further ado, Super Bowl spots. And I'm just going to lead off with F1. I mean, I feel like everything outside of the car might be a little bit ropey. Everything inside the car is gonna fucking rule.
I will say IMAX visual and more so sound is gonna be nice on that.
Yeah.
Also, Ian, I think you need to go and see it in IMAX and then find a 4DX.
Yeah, I could see me doing that.
Yeah.
I firmly believe I will be seeing this more than once in the cinema. But yeah, IMAX will be the preference. Yeah, it's going to be insane. But I think it's interesting that we've had two trailers so far. You had that one speech from Brad Pitt at the start, which was then actually mocked in F1 circles for how stupid his strategy actually is. About how you've got to have a car ready for combat and everybody else has got the speed in the straights. Basically, that's not how F1 works. But cool. But you've had that. And then it's just We Will Rock You and montage. And then this was pure montage. That's a little bit worrying. But, we'll see. But yeah, I do think it's interesting that it's Brad Pitt, but the Formula One teams have two drivers. And so the other driver is played by an actor, Damson Idris, who I don't really know. He's in a couple of shots of this, but it's kind of mad that you've got this other driver who I think is going to be an important part of the story, and there's been nothing, really, from him about him at all. Yeah. But, Brad Pitt's Brad Pitt, so I suppose fair enough. But anyway.
He was the other guy in that Outside the Wire, wasn't he?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't remember that film at all at this point. Was that Anthony Mackie as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I remember him being quite decent in that, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember him being shit. So, but yeah, look, it's 30 seconds. It's a lot of vroom and action. It's a Super Bowl spot.
Yeah.
We need a proper trailer.
Yeah, it feels like we need a bit of a trailer on that one now. It needs to kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that F1 themselves are probably dictating the marketing on this. So we got this now because it was a Super Bowl spot. So there's a season launch event in London next week.
That's when you reckon we'll get the big trailer.
Maybe, yeah. So that's next Tuesday. I could basically see them. It's at the O2, and I could see them playing it there. But otherwise, the first Grand Prix is not for like another 4 weeks yet. So it's either we get the trailer next week, or we're going to get nothing for a month.
Yeah, it's going to be one or the other. It's either going to come out next week, or it's going to be 4 weeks' time. They'll do it for the first weekend.
I think they're going to do it next week, and Brad Pitt will be at this event.
Yeah, that's a strong shout, actually. Yeah,
we'll see how it goes. Yeah, over £100 for a ticket to that thing, and all it is. Sorry, I know I'm tangenting. All it is, and I'm glad I found this out after, is them basically wheeling out the drivers and the team principals and going, "This is what our cars look like." But it's not even the actual cars. It's probably like last year's cars, just with the new paint jobs on them. Because then they're all having their own separate launches of their cars. Like, Williams are actually doing it on Friday, but before the event.
Like them not going, this is our car, it's going, this is who's sponsoring us this year.
Yeah, that's basically it. And honestly, it was like over £100 for a fucking ticket, and the thing sold out.
It's one of those, doing it. There is a very strong fandom, and all power to them for people that like F1.
I love it, and I would have paid it if I was able to get a ticket. But then, you get Brad Pitt there. That's the kind of thing that's going to fucking, yeah. So that's my prediction. We'll see if that comes to pass next week. So in terms of Super Bowl spots, Thunderbolts. Even though I think we had like a trailer, like a full trailer for that as well. That film looks like, from a cinematography point of view, it was shot by a blind man.
Yeah. They're teasing a villain, aren't they? The thing is, I'm kind of looking forward to Thunderbolts, but I don't think it's going to be very good.
No.
But the thing about Thunderbolts is, I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it's very good. I think I'm going to enjoy it.
I think your appreciation of Florence Pugh is probably getting in the way of admitting that.
That's definitely getting in the way for me, I'll tell you.
It's not even just that. It's just, I'm looking at it going, I might accidentally be the target audience for this. Like by pure accident, this might be a movie where everybody else going, what is this shit? It's an absolute mess. And they're going, this is fucking great. I just fucking gobbled it up like a motherfucker.
I mean, the team as well. Who are they? You've got Florence Pugh. Okay, that's a name. Fair enough. Florence Pugh. Who else we got? We got Wyatt Russell, who was only in one of the Disney Plus shows. We've got Sebastian Stan.
Yep.
Okay, cool. People know him. He's Bucky. Fair enough. You got Olga Kurilenko,
who's
in
gonna
a fucking
die in it.
Yeah, who is going to die in it, and is in a mask. It might not even be Olga Kurilenko behind it, to be honest. So you got her and David Harbour from Black Widow, which is truly one of the forgotten MCU films.
Yeah.
And is that it? Or no? And then the kind of side villain from the second Ant-Man film. What?
Who I kept going, right, in the trailer I kept going, right, I know her from something. Which film was she in? And I genuinely had no idea until I actually looked up and went, fucking Ant-Man 2. That's the prick she was in.
But Florence Pugh.
It just looks stupid. And I kind of want stupid.
they need something to hit so bad, because it's like Captain America reviews just went live in the last hour or so, and even Empire only gave it 3 out of 5, which is as damning an indictment as I think you could possibly get.
Yeah, that's a 1.5.
I'll talk a lot more about Harrison Ford later, but I want to see Harrison Ford play the president in an MCU film. Yeah, I want to see that. I'm intrigued by that.
The last trailer that we watched at the cinema, I was like, do you know what? If that's the movie, I'm actually quite pumped for this.
Yeah. But
So-
if the reviews are really bad, evidently it's not.
Yeah, that's...
But
Yeah.
But I don't tend to care about reviews.
No. I just don't know if I've got time for it, to be honest, in my life.
I don't know. I'm actually quite looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going to see it this weekend.
Yeah, same. And the Marvels got absolutely shit on when it came out.
And that was
and
charming.
it feels like maybe the opinion shifted on that a little bit as well. So, here's hoping.
Marvels, yeah.
With that little girl?
Yeah.
That's crap.
I liked it. Thought it was quite charming.
Okay. Fair.
That memory sequence is one of the most memorable sequences in the MCU in the last several years. Like the whole getting the cat aliens to eat the people, so they're like stowing them away, and memories playing in the background. That's good shit. Like Nia DaCosta brought something to that.
Yeah. She very much went, do you know what? I'm probably never going to get to direct one of these again, so I'm going to do it on my terms.
And instead, she's directing 28 years later to The Bone Temple.
Which just, yeah.
That sounds pretty badass.
Which
doesn't it?
just,
Yeah, done
and
it.
Nia DaCosta doing that movie, it's like, oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah. God, I swear
don't
every...
normally get involved. Sorry, just to sidebar
No,
for
please.
1 second. I don't normally get involved in this whole directors make a difference kind of thing, unless it's a big name that I know, because I just don't really. But obviously, I'm assuming, I know it's TV, but I'm assuming you guys have seen the chatter that's out there at the moment about a Buffy reboot.
Yep.
Directed by Chloe fucking Zhao.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a pilot though, eh?
Hopefully, because if it's no fucking Nomadland Eternals-esque, it can get in the sea.
It's going to be it's a strange choice, that.
But then Sarah Michelle Gellar's come out and said that she's had long talks with Chloe Zhao about it and about the direction it's going to be taken, and it's Zhao that's spearheading it. So I don't think it's just going to be the pilot. So I can just fuck right off. I got really excited for a minute, and then I saw her name, and I was like, "Oh God, no!"
So you filmed by Joss Whedon. Oh, Joshy boy.
If she's a fan, maybe so. I mean, who would I like to have seen do it? Jane Schoenbraun, from of I Saw the CV Glow, and I feel like she will be doing. I kind of feel like, how does she not do something on the new Buffy?
There's a little bit of that in there, of how was she not involved?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It feels like Chloe Zhao doing this is because Chloe Zhao wants to do it, and that gives me some sort of hope.
Does it? Because I'm sure she really wanted to do Nomadland. No one forced her. I mean, the Marvels ones, it's Marvel, it's a machine. I get that, but
I mean, the other part of that is Chloe Zhao is the daughter of a billionaire industrialist, so she's not having to work job to job directing.
no, I know, I get that.
She's not James Gray.
But you don't get involved in Marvel movies. And
I like the Eternals.
Directed,
The thing,
Creative
right?
control, yeah.
All right, I'm going to rebuttal a little bit here. I like the Eternals. The best bit about the Eternals, right, is the interpersonal bits that they have, particularly what's her name and Barry Keoghan, and that into something like a Buffy could work.
Yeah.
And that bit works, and in a movie that is flawed, I liked it. but I think is flawed. That bit, the human connection bits there, and that was what made it. What was the bits that I really enjoyed. I wasn't bothered about the celestial bits and things like that. I didn't give a shit about that. But I did give a shit about those characters and their interpersonal relationships. I won't give a shit about them outside of the Marvel bit there. But I did enjoy that within that. So that, and if it's just that she's got to play with, and she doesn't have to worry at the same time about, but fucking...
Butt fucking.
But fucking. Harry Styles is going to crop up at the fucking end of it, and what we're going to do about all these things that have just appeared, and we've got to tie this into it, and this into it, and this into it. If all she's got to do is worry about how do I write out Xander because he's problematic, it's not that bad.
He's problematic. They'd have to kill him off real early off screen, wouldn't they?
Just go. And he got run over by a. I don't know.
Donna said to me the other day, apparently in the comics that followed, Xander got with Dawn.
Yeah.
That won't surprise me.
Yeah. He wrote that one, apparently. No, I didn't read it, I'm just saying. But he turned off to it.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, so what else do we have? How to Train Your Dragon, which then also had a full trailer today.
Why have they made this movie?
Why? Just why? It's so weird. It's only been 6 years since the last animated one.
Like, they could have made this movie when they made How to Train Your Dragon, right? And they decided not to. They decided to do it as a Digimation movie. Why would you then, 10 years later, go, do you know what's a good idea? What? That one we didn't do. The one we binned off.
And the thing is, the lad, whoever they got to play Hiccup in this, doesn't look like a fucking scrawny nerd. He already...
This entire trailer going, that character's got a really stupid name and I can't remember what it is. It's like Knuckle or something. Elbow.
Yeah, Hiccup.
I believe Knuckle is his gay sister's nickname.
Yeah, fair.
Nice. But, I mean, like, voiced by Jay Baruchel in the original films, Jay Baruchel's got the fucking voice. He's got the fucking look as well, to be fair. Like,
Jay Baruchel might be 42 years old, but he still looks like a nerdy kid. You fucking push him into school, he'll get bullied straight away.
Yeah.
Exactly. This kid does not look like that. You know, and I don't want this to do well because I think it will send such a bad message. Like, I don't want the live action Moana to do well, to be clear.
No.
You know, like, then again, I mean, if Moana 2, if they didn't rejig that from a Disney Plus series to a film, if they were like that was going to be a film all along, live action Moana would not be happening.
No.
Like, it's really fucking weird that we've got live action Moana when the Moana animated films are still very much a prospect.
It feels like The Rock has gone, I want to be in that, but I don't want to look like that.
Yeah. So that, you've got, like, fit Maui as well, not slightly tubby Maui, which is just, it's not the character. Like, the thought of live action Rock singing You're Welcome is terrifying.
It's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible.
Anyway, so How to Train Your Dragon looks shit.
Yeah, it does look shit. It does actually look shit as well.
Yeah, it does. What other Super Bowl ones were there?
I don't think... There was a TV spot
Dead Reckoning one.
for Final Reckoning.
That's right. Final Reckoning, yeah. Bex, how you feeling?
Sure.
I just think it's going to be great.
I need to rewatch Dead Reckoning and reconcile with that.
Yeah.
Because currently that's like that it's just a real big fly in the ointment for me of the entire Mission Impossible franchise.
I think this might be what the last film should have been.
I hope so.
A little bit more of like an emotional thing and not a little bit... Because the last one I felt I really enjoyed it, but it felt a bit disconnected. Like it was almost trying to soft reset itself within a thing. But it's like, no, don't. Just...
There's a bit in this one where he's like, I need you to come with me one last time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, no.
But you
Temper
do,
your
You do
expectations.
need to go with him one last time.
I know, but I need to temper my expectations.
But what's
I
it?
expected
But-
the last one to be good, and it wasn't.
Simon Pegg's going to die early in this one.
I really hope so. No, that's mean. I like his character in Mission Impossible.
I think the thing is he needs that. He needs that Bezzy.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If he actually gets with Hayley Atwell in this, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah, that'll be a bit weird, won't it?
Like, I know Rebecca Ferguson basically was like, I don't want to do the physical shit. I'm fine with you writing me out.
Yeah.
I get that, but replacing Rebecca Ferguson with like Sheehan Rebecca Ferguson,
Yeah.
it you know, within the same film, nah.
No.
Look,
I think
we'll
that's a large
we'll see.
part of my issue with Dead Reckoning is that character was so fucking good, and then to treat the character with such utter disrespect was just wrong.
But it was literally, it was very much a... the agreement was made, I'm not killing you on screen, though. Christopher Croy was like, I can't write that.
There's ways to do things, and that wasn't it. And immediately replacing her with another love interest prospect.
But
Was not
you
that.
have to have that.
Why?
'Cause you-
It's not why people go to these movies.
But it's by some people got these movies,
Well, then
Becky.
those people need to just rethink how they approach action movies. Then
No, they won't.
it's not about that.
No, you need
It's
to...
about
will-
Tom Cruise
you-
doing
you-
stupid fucking
But,
stunts.
and as well, but
For
at the same
realsies.
time, you need to have a perceived hot girl also doing shit.
There can be a hot girl. She doesn't need to be a love interest prospect.
No, I don't know. I agree
Hayley
with that.
Atwell's how many years younger than Tom Cruise anyway?
I mean, I think they actually did dirt.
Ew.
But I mean, Pom Clementeff's back in this as well, like, and she's gonna be kicking ass, and she's hot.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just living your life being called Pom? I'd love that.
Yes, good.
I wish I had a good name. Becky's so boring.
I mean, it's
To-
probably not a real name. I'm just pointing it out there.
I
No, it is.
I will say as
Look at
well.
this, Pom Alexandra.
Well, hang on. So Clementeff's the one that's made
Pom
up, but not
Alexandra
Pom.
Clementeff.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty badass. I will just say as well, if the biplane stuff is the climax of this, I'm going to be really disappointed. Fallout, I don't think you're going to get better aerial action than you got with Fallout.
No. The problem is, and we said it about the last one, and we're saying it about this one, you're going up against what in 10 years' time will start to be spoken about as one of the greatest action movies of all time
Yeah.
in Fallout.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to hit that again. You know, I think it's why at the moment the whole, I mean, apart from the fact that Amazon and Barbara Broccoli are having a bit of a standoff, it's why nothing has happened with Bond for 3 years.
I mean, yeah, Barbara Broccoli's the shit. Good for her.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she's absolutely right. The fact that everything that Amazon keep on coming up with and going, we want to do this, and she's going, no. And like, well, we own it. Not without me, you don't. I will not cheapen this brand. No, you're not doing that. And it's almost like they've gone, we fucking bought the studio because it had Bond, and now there's this person who keeps telling us we can't do stupid shit.
It's just let her do her thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost a lot of money, but you're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah. Do you know what, Amazon? Stop making Jack Reacher. Nobody will notice.
Nah, mate, people fucking love
No, not Jack
Reacher.
Reacher. Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan. Nobody will
Oh.
notice. Nobody
Yeah,
will notice.
well, that's fair.
Apart from Emily Blunt will go, oh, why is he here all the time?
Just keep sitting there watching Devil Wears Prada. Fuck off, mate.
It's just he's here all of the time. With his weird face and his handsome body.
Yeah, he's a butterface as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Super Bowl spots,
Yeah.
and then we do have other trailers.
Do.
Anyone who says they don't want to see Viola Davis play an ex-military person who becomes the president and then has to take out terrorists at the G20 in a film called G20. Anyone who says they don't want to see that is a liar.
Nah, fuck off. This looks shit. It looks fucking shit. The fucking... Oh my god, remember that bit where everyone was like really excited because Rebecca Ferguson took her shoes off in Fallout and it was like really relatable. Let's have her in trainers. Fuck off. Just fuck right off with this film. It looks fucking awful. And what a fucking awful premise. Fuck off with this film. Sorry, Ian.
Why is the premise awful?
Oh, a fucking action movie based around a fucking G20 summit. No. No. I hate it.
It's Die Hard in a G20. Come on.
The premise is so Alan Partridge, it's
really
untrue.
is. Yeah, I was like, no, it can't be about.
It's so Alan
I
Partridge.
actually clicked on it, going, G20, like those summit things they have. It won't be about that though. Oh,
I watched this in a lift at work.
that seems about right.
Why is that? Why is this bad? Why?
It looks fucking crap.
It does look a bit naff.
I mean, it does. Yeah, look, it looks a bit naff. Don't get me wrong. But anyone saying that they don't want to see Viola Davis save a bunch of people as an ass-kicking president at the G20, I'm sorry, you're a liar. You can say that the trailer looks bad, that the film looks bad, but that premise... come on.
I will only go to watch this movie on a Tuesday night.
It's an Amazon Prime movie,
Yeah,
mate. Don't worry
We're not
about
watching
it.
it going, this looks fucking crap. Oh, this is ugly. This is Prime.
I will watch the shit out of this on a Tuesday night.
I won't.
Yeah, you will.
No.
Just,
the actual, like, the suspension of disbelief that you'd have to just even believe that America would elect a woman
a black woman.
is too much for me.
Well, I mean, that's a good point.
I'm really
Sight
this trailer
Becky.
made me really angry, and I'm not sure why, but it did.
Sight unseen of the trailer, the premise of the film, would you be up for that?
No.
Without seeing the trailer, not having those thoughts, just the premise of the film. Viola Davis is a ass-kicking president who has to save people at the G20.
That does sound fucking great.
No. Because do you know what? I'm sick of the hero fucking complex that America have as well. Like, there'd be other people there that would be better suited to this.
Oh, you are gonna fucking hate something that I'm gonna be talking about later on then.
Fair.
Oh, I think I might know what it is. I think I might know what it is.
If I can just imagine a comedy version.
Also, I
of
think it's a
this-
film that Becky likes.
Oh, fair. If I can just imagine a comedy version of this where a fat orange old man is trying to save everyone at G20.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be throwing children
Oh yeah,
at them.
100%. That will be the version I will imagine in my head. It'll be Dead Zone in it, like he did after someone like shot his ear, and he just held children at every fucking rally for the next however long.
I mean, Elon Musk appears to be using his kid as a human shield at the moment as well. Like, have you seen that? He's bringing that kid around everywhere.
Yeah, having not basically seen him for fucking God knows how.
Yeah. It's anyway.
He's probably only just been like ready to take out in public after being grown in a lab.
Rough.
I mean, would it surprise you if it came out that like Elon Musk's children were actually like fucking cyborgs or something?
I don't care.
No.
I don't want to talk about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Very much the same.
We did miss a Super Bowl spot, Jurassic World Rebirth. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm looking forward to it because it's a Jurassic film. I'm biased.
Just show me the film. I'm not bothered about any of the bump.
Yeah, I didn't watch this one because I'm already in from the last trailer.
Yeah, I'm in.
Leave me alone.
You've got me.
Yeah.
You had me at Scarlett Johansson.
Yep, same.
Yeah, really.
Last one I've got is Friendship.
Yeah, sounds weird.
I point out to the boys that the you don't know my schedule is a thing I say to you quite regularly.
Yeah, it is actually.
Uh,
You don't know the comings and goings of my life. I do actually, but whatever.
Tim Robinson is the comedy star that we need right now.
See, I was gonna say, I'm being really contrary tonight, and I do apologise. But I was going to say the only thing that puts me off about this is it having that man in it that everyone thinks is really funny that isn't. But I've not seen much of his stuff. I think the clips I've seen are probably just unfortunate ones.
I find him very, very funny.
That's fair.
So, yeah. And the idea of him playing a guy who gets too attached to his neighbour because he basically just wants a friend.
I like the fact as well that, like, in the trailer, the like pull quotes, are they called?
Yeah.
That are in there are like really contradictory of each other. So it's like even watching the trailer and even watching the quotes, it's like you don't really know what you're getting. So it's like, oh, this film's a nightmare, and then it's like the funniest film all year, and it's like, well, which is it? Is it a dystopian nightmare or is it the funny? I don't get it. So yeah, I love the creepy vibe it's got in the trailer as well.
It seems like it's going to be so awkward that you're going to literally be turning yourself inside out watching it.
Yeah. Now I'm keen for it. It looks really good.
Nice. I believe that's it for me. Have you guys got anything else?
I watched the trailer for The Friend.
Is this the Bill Murray one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of started tuning out any trailer that has Bill Murray because there seems to be quite a lot of them these days, and he seems to be turning a bit paychecky. But how's the trailer?
Looks quite good, actually.
Oh yeah, okay.
He seems to be recurring in the trailer.
Contrary again.
The fact that he's dead, I believe, in it. But I think, yeah. So basically, he passes away and leaves his friend, his massive fucking Great Dane. And it's her, Naomi Watts is, sorry, I couldn't remember her name for a second. Naomi Watts is the friend, and she's got this massive fucking Great Dane that he's left her and lives in an apartment and is sort of very resistant to it to start off with, and then she bonds with the dog and they become each other's emotional support, and the dog's in mourning for losing its master, and she won't admit that she's in mourning for losing her friend because it's the dog that's in mourning and not her. And it looks quite sweet. It looks quite sweet.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Good. Nice. Do we have anything else?
I think that's me.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to say then that we are going to move on. Bex, I'm thinking if we took Love Hurts as a kind of segue thing in what we've been watching, because unless you feel like there's enough for a full review of that.
No.
Okay, yeah, fair. Right, so let's main review then. September 5, directed by Tim Fellbaum, starring Peter Sarsgaard, John Magaro, Ben Chaplin, and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter as Peter Jennings. Or Benjamin Walker, if you want his real name as Peter Jennings. During the 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich, Germany, an American sports broadcasting team must adapt to live coverage. Okay, that actually doesn't make sense. This is IMDb's summary. An American sports broadcasting team must adapt to live coverage the Israeli athletes being held hostage by a terrorist group. Must adapt to live coverage the Israeli athletes being held hostage by a terrorist group. I feel like I'm going to go into a Journey Smollett here. That doesn't make sense, does it?
Nope.
No.
Right, okay, alright, fine. I'll pull myself out.
That's the wonder of the IMDb synopses.
Like, that's some really, like, did they actually get AI to write a synopsis of this? Actually, no, because AI would have written it dramatically correctly.
That's the great thing about the IMDb synopses, is people will say, oh, they just get AI to write them. No, they've been writing them shit for years.
No, totally. Okay, so, September 5 was, for a little while, like, something that was being talked about for, like, quite a lot of Oscars. Ended up getting nominated for one for screenplay. But yeah, it is technically an Oscar botherer. Bex, September 5. Did you know much kind of about the circumstances of this going in? Because I knew about this situation, obviously from like past media and stuff like that, but I'll be honest, the ending, I didn't quite remember exactly how it all ended up. So, I don't know. I know we don't usually ask questions or whatever, but the ending, did that make the film have more impact for you than it might otherwise have had?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this was before all of our times that it actually happened. And I said to you afterwards, didn't I? It's really weird watching a film based on true events that you actually know very little about. Because you've got obviously from the head movement you did, but I didn't, and I deliberately didn't read anything up about it in advance so that I could watch it as like a film. So it was like watching I mean, obviously it wasn't, and I don't want to be disrespectful to the actual people involved, but it was like watching a fictional movie. Because I didn't, there was no context there for me for knowing really what happened.
Yeah.
So then, yes, when, obviously, all spoilers all the time, when everybody died at the end, it was like, holy fucking shit, so they didn't save anyone. It was a bit weird watching it in the current sort of climate as well, I think.
You've very much got to remove yourself from that, and I think the way that the film's been marketed and the way the film's been presented, I think it's been well handled.
Yeah, I think it handled differently. It could have felt propagandary.
Yeah, and it's not. It's these are the facts. We are not getting involved in the politics. This is the facts of an event that happened 50 years ago.
But then again, I think watching it in the current climate, it is a real kind of, guys, this has been going on for fucking ages, this situation. And I think that kind of puts it in context a little bit as well, the current situation. I think, because obviously everything has blown up with, escalated, sort of more recently with the situation. I think it's easy to look at it as like a
recent event,
a 2020s problem, and it's not. This has just been going on for ages, and weird. It's weird. I think the circumstances around this are odd, the release time and stuff. But as a film on its own, yes, the ending surprised me. I'm glad I didn't read up on the actual events in advance.
And the film itself, how did you take to it?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. The translator lady being the unexpected hero was quite a nice little touch. Hero's relative, but of getting the footage out there and getting the information and stuff. And I think it feels very. It's a nice sort of behind the scenes insular look at a massive world media event. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll just say, I think this makes, and I know you didn't rate Civil War, Bex, but I think this makes an interesting kind of double bill with Civil War, in how the ending of the film, it calls out they were kind of getting high on being able to actually capture all this like footage and like be there, and like the ending almost became like Civil War for me. This piece about like the moral grey zone of reporting this stuff.
Yeah.
Because neither in Civil War really or in this are they like, we need to get the truth out to people or something like that. It's just like, we need to get this out there because essentially that's going to be fucking amazing if it gets us out there. Like that bit where they are like, well, yeah, CBS can have the satellite, but it's going to have the ABC logo on it. Where it's this, yeah, we got that win there, and you kind of get taken in with it of like, yeah, they're doing really well. You're like, holy shit, they're actually like reporting all of this, and then in the end, it's but everybody fucking died, and there you were all drinking beers and being happy that you'd managed to do this thing.
Yeah, that's it. It was the backslapping that happened, and then it was the crushing. Shit, we got this wrong, and the bit within the movie is, you've got Peter Jennings saying to them, quite, but not in a to downplay them, in a very respectful way, saying to them, this is news, it's not sport, you are out of your element now. And it's him who says, you need to verify everything. You don't have. You need to verify it. You need to check it, and you need to get 2 verifications for it, and they don't. And it's like it's the thing that he said. It is almost proven right. They were the right people to be able to go to think outside the box. To go, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We can look at it from this angle. And they were looking at it from the showing the entertainment angle of it, in a way, but not saying that they were showing it as entertainment, but they were able to look at it as a piece of television, rather than a news thing. But then when the news thing crashed down on them, it's shit. We got caught up in the television element of it, and completely forgot about the actual. It's human. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the cut into the actual pictures of the athletes that were there at the end of the movie, and kind of showing that panning across was, I think that's why that's such a gut punch, because it's like, oh holy shit, we were looking at these as characters, not people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it. Yeah, I just thought it was really, really gripping.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's really the reason why I think it absolutely deserves to be nominated for best screenplay is not just because it's a very good screenplay, but it's 94 minutes long. I dare say, if this had been in the hands of an American filmmaker with a more Hollywood cast, that it would have ended up being plus 2 hours, and it wouldn't have been as gripping. It wouldn't have been as bouncy, and the bit that makes it gripping and bouncy is the fact that it is bang 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 bang. There's no real fat within it.
No,
it's not. It
not
doesn't.
To the point where you find yourself sometimes struggling to keep up with, oh shit, right, so where are they going?
Yeah, and it is, and it's almost like they're going. It's a clever bit of playing to using the filmmaking to get the energy of, because it's not set in real time. It's set over a full day, but to get the energy of, look, there was so much happening that everything's having to think on their feet. So we're not going to make you stop. There's not really a point where anyone stops and goes, fucking hell. It's just bang, 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 problem solve, problem solve, problem solve, problem solve, problem solve. And going like that. You've even got the bit where the guy turns around to the translator lady and says, can you go and get us a coffee? And she just kind of goes, rolls her eyes and says, yeah, sure. And then literally like 10 minutes later, he's passing her a coffee. It's happened later on, and she's like, thanks. There's no big thing made of that.
No, but even 30 seconds later, he manages to get the feed, and the other guy's like, you've literally just sent away the other person
can understand that, yeah. And he's like, and his thing there is, shit, I don't go fucked up there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, it's not interested in going, have you seen this? Have you seen this? It's just going, have you seen this? Yeah. All right, well, we've got this to show you as well.
I think it gets across that feverish kind of energy that it's portraying, that they're feeling. It gets that across well in the film as well.
Yeah, no, yeah,
to it as a film. It's
totally.
It's really, it feels insensitive speaking about it in these it's a really great film kind of terms because it is a real event, but it doesn't feel real to me because I don't know anything about it. So it's difficult for me to kind of, I don't know, I don't want to speak disrespectfully about it.
I knew what happened. So when within the film they're saying, you know, and they all got out, my brain went, no, they didn't. And I have a bit of not look at Becky and go, no, they didn't. But I knew that they'd put on TV that they had as well. So I both knew that was. I didn't have that thing of going, shit, I remembered this wrong. I was like, oh, fucking yeah. They've gone for it. They've put it out there as real. I'm a little bit surprised it hasn't been nominated for more.
Yeah, I am actually. I haven't watched it.
I'm a little bit surprised that you haven't got a John Magaro Best Supporting.
But again, going back to the current climate argument, that's probably why.
But the weird thing, and it's a film that I liked, but Kieran Culkin's going to walk away with Best Supporting Actor. And there's better performances in this movie. And I find that I find that a little bit weird. That there are, you know, it's mad seeing Ben Chaplin in things now.
I was like, I know who that is. I know that is for like the whole thing. And then the credits at the end, it was Ben Chaplin. It was like, fucking fair play.
I like his second scene, just turned next and went, it's fucking Ben Chaplin.
It'd be a difficult one to nominate this for acting though, because it's an ensemble.
Which means you can nominate everyone for Best Supporting.
Yeah, but who would you pick?
Magaro is very good.
I think he's really good.
I think Ben Chaplin's really good as kind of the conscience of it.
But he disappears for about
he does, he
30 minutes for a nap.
Magaro, like, just the way the end of the film, like the last 5-10 minutes, on his face, he almost looks like he's aged.
Yeah.
You know, and just thinking through life choice, like he's a good actor, as John Magaro, you know, and I'm sure he'll be so glad I've said that.
I've always really liked him when he turns up in stuff. I always like him turning up in stuff. Do you know what his first film was? His first ever film role that he had was?
What?
Munich.
Oh, wow.
I found that quite wild when I read that the other day. It's like, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I always like him turning up in stuff. He's always interesting in stuff. He's got a good energy to him.
Yeah, he does. Even though he was in Past Lives, so, you know, points off. Past Lives was alright. It just wasn't a fucking bloody Best Picture nominee. Well, it was, but it shouldn't have been. But hey, look, September 5, solidly, definitely not shit.
Oh yeah, it just, again, we've been saying it a lot recently. It's just really good grown-up filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Thought I was gonna, to be honest.
Yeah.
Same.
Still, I'm a little bit baffled as to why not more's not been made of it, about it just been a really good film. Our audience poll, 100% definitely not shit, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah.
I think if you've looked at September 5, which I do think should be called 5th, and you looked at it and gone, that sounds interesting, I think it does exactly what it says on the tin, so you're going to get on with it. And the German TV stopping the guy thinking he was an athlete actually happened.
Yeah, fair. That's true.
So, let's do some what we've been watching, and considering the way that I teed things up earlier on, Mark, if we start with you, mate, what you've been watching?
What have I been watching? What have I been watching? I won't do that because we watched that together.
What was that? Oh yeah.
That
Okay.
fucking classic. By the way, octopuses have 9 brains. They have a
I knew they
brain.
had more than one.
They have 1 brain in each tentacle,
Crazy.
and they have 3 hearts. Yeah. A main one, then one that controls pumping blood around the body bit, and then one that controls pumping blood around the tentacle.
Listeners, you won't have a clue what we're talking about there because that was pre-record. Also,
Was it?
Was it?
yes.
No context.
No. Also, it's stopped now, but it's kind of sounded like someone was constantly unwrapping a sweet.
It was Bex.
Sorry.
No, you're all right. How many sweets did you just unwrap?
2.
That sounded like a lot of effort to unwrap 2 sweets.
Well, they were whatchamacallits. Hang on. Those guys, roses, and they're in the stupid packets now, aren't they? The generic packets instead of being in cute individual ones. So.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're in the stupid little tearaway ones instead of the ones they used to be in.
You just
The
throw
ones that are
shit
kind of like
everywhere.
tied up.
Yeah, no. The actual, like, you have to rip them open. Which is bollocks.
So what have I watched? I did watch Bridget Jones 3.
How was Noel?
Noel was the highlight. I meant to take a picture of me pointing at it and then forgot.
Dumbass.
Meant to do the full DiCaprio meme, but I forgot. Because I was watching it on my lunch break at work, and I think it literally came up at the moment where I realised I had to go back to work. And then I'm worried about the fact that I need to go and watch the film. I'm worried about that because it's pants so far.
Who's saying you need to?
I-
Because I'm going to. You don't need
I
to.
believe that the podcast said I had to.
I think you've just imagined that.
Yep.
Why are
For-
you going by choice, Ian?
Because I'm hoping that it will be relatively low effort to get to the place where I need to watch it.
What, drunk?
Mark, do you know what I'm referring to there? No. If I was to say that it's available on Peacock in the US from tomorrow.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I'm going to. I might even go to the cinema and watch it.
You fucking weirdo.
I just might. But yeah, it's not very good. 3. I only watched Mrs. Doubtfire.
Again, why? This didn't hold up last time I watched it.
That's actually a really good Mrs. Doubtfire, to be fair. Right now, I rewatched Mrs. Doubtfire because I remember actually quite liking Mrs. Doubtfire and thinking it was a fun movie.
Okay.
And so
I thought it was fucking sad.
And yeah, it is quite sad. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. And because I like Robin Williams.
Everyone likes Robin Williams. There are better Robin Williams.
Yeah, right, but I wanted to watch... you know what? I don't give you shit about the shit you watch, motherfucker.
I only watch highbrow stuff.
I mean, she's got a higher batting average, mate.
Well, fucking strap in. I actually still quite liked Mrs. Doubtfire. It's Robin... When Robin Williams is funny, he's incredibly funny. And that is it. It's also it's dated, but not in the ways I thought it might have dated. Like, there's ways that you could look at it and go, "Oh, that's dated badly," but then when you actually step away from that and look at it, you go, "No, actually, that's actually fine." The reaction to that is actually okay. You know, the kid reacting weirdly to seeing Mrs. Doubtfire peeing standing up.
Yeah.
Now, I could see why you could get people going, "Oh, that's very transphobic." But then the other bit there is, actually, no, it's not, because A, it's not trans, B, it would be weird if your elderly babysitter actually had a wang. That would be a little bit. You would be a little bit like, this is a bit weird. Don't know what's going on here. This is freaky. So yeah, but I actually enjoyed it. It's quite fun. I really like anything with Harvey Firestein in it because he's just great. He's a really fun screen presence. So yeah, not actually watched that much this week.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because you've been sent to bed a lot so that Biohazard could have been played.
There is a little bit of that. But following on from my Tom Green documentary the other day, I really enjoyed, and it wasn't the fact that I just enjoyed the documentary, because I did enjoy the documentary, but I actually really enjoyed watching a documentary. I found that, like, watching a documentary at work when I was on my lunch break, that actually it's a good middle ground between, and because I don't want to watch anything super serious at work, because if you get too into it, I've got to break off because I've got to get an hour lunch break, anything like that. So I end up watching quite fluffy things or popcorny things or blockbustery things and bits like that. A documentary can kind of it fills the balance where I can watch something a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
And come back to it.
It's serious, but you're also not going to lose a story thread.
Yeah. So I watched Tony Hawk Until the Wheels Come Off, which is a 2022 documentary just about Tony Hawk. And it's made with Tony Hawk. And it's a HBO doc there. But it's about, like, literally how he got involved in skating and goes through, you know, it's very much more around the skating element of Tony Hawk. So it does delve into, like, the video game and bits like that. But it's more looking at Tony Hawk's skateboarding life. And it has a lot of, like, skateboarders in it. And it's 2.25 hours long, which is quite long for a documentary of this kind. It is at no point not really interesting to watch. I could have, if you'd have banged another 45 minutes on it, and this has been 3 hours long, and it'd have been 2 hour-and-a-half bits put together, I would have watched it. I would have watched this if it was an 8-part series. It's really fucking interesting. He's
quite an engaging screen presence anyway, isn't he? I think he always comes across really well when he's on stuff.
That's it. It basically details, like, the fact that skating was really big, and he was like, you know, and he's saying, you know, I'm 17, 18 years old, and I'm making, like, 6 figures. Just off, like, skateboards that I'm selling, and then I've got competition money coming in, and I've bought a house, and I've got a skate park in the back of my house, and I've got all these things going on. So then like, I'm getting presented with, like, a $10,000 check for winning this skate competition on Sunday, and then Monday morning I'm getting up and going to school. So, and it's like, it's all rock and roll, and it's going really well. The Bones Brigade, which was the skating group that he was part of, said, we've got, like, these videos coming out and everything's working, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And then you've got the guy behind the Bones Brigade who used to be a pro skater, who was, like, there. He's talking about it and saying, you know, skateboarding was really popular, and then about 1986 it just won. It just went. And then it's about 4 years there. And so they're talking to Tony Hawk and saying to him, you know, he's saying, well, what did you do in this period where it was that? And he's like, well, things weren't going very well. You know, I've got a young kid, and I'm doing, like, odd jobs, but I'm still skating. He said, and it was hard. Life was, like, really difficult. And, like, he said, but then literally the thing that I always do when anything gets difficult or I need a moment is I'll go and skate.
Yeah.
And it's you get towards the end of the documentary, and obviously they're all, him and a lot of the skaters that he grew up with are like in their 50s.
Yeah.
Like their mid-50s. And there's one guy who's talking about Steve Caballera, and he's talking about saying, you know, he said, I can't sleep on my side. I have to sleep on my back, and then on more nights I have to sleep sitting up. He said, and I'm in constant pain. And he says, you know, and I never hit it as hard as Tony. So God knows what he feels like. He said the guy's had like 11 concussions in his life that he knows of.
Yeah.
And they're showing it, and basically they're getting into the idea of saying, well, why do you guys do this to yourselves? And he's like, we know that it's quite literally killing us, but it's also what gives us life. And Rodney Mullins is one of the talk heads that they have in it, and Rodney Mullins is a fascinating character because he is very much a guy who looks into like he sees skating as like a spiritual thing to him.
Yeah.
And he's just a fascinating. I mean, if anyone wants to catch him on who Rodney Mullins is, he does a TED talk about skateboarding, and it is amazing. But I fucking really enjoyed this documentary. Really enjoyed it. It's really good. There's a lot of good access. It's not quite warts and all, but there's bits where Tony Hawk kind of admits, you know, that I didn't like myself for a long time. Why didn't I like myself for a long time? Because I was shitty to the people in my life, you know. Like his eldest kid Riley is like, Riley was like this kid that like Riley saw all 3 of my marriages and was the one who had to be there, and like he said I was never a good dad to him.
Yeah.
He said he was there. You get Riley going, he was actually a good dad. But he's a better dad now to his kids now than he was to me.
Right.
But we have a great relationship. But it's just, and he basically admits, you know, we said what is basically like the touring, the ego, the infidelity, the all that shit that's there. you when you pile that all on, you go, yeah, I don't like myself. And he talks about like quitting skating and like quitting competition skating because he just got that focus. But they show like a lot of they show the time, and I remember watching it, the time where he was the first person to do a 900, which was a 900 spin.
Yeah.
Not 900 times spinning, but it's a
100 degree.
Yeah. At X Games, and it basically he doesn't land it straight away, and he'd been practicing it for years and never got it. And he decided that he was going to go for it as like the best trick, like for the competition for the best trick.
Yeah.
And I think he did it like 8 times before he got it. And you see him, and it's like they were saying, you know, the fun thing is the reason why like skating is different to like a lot of other sports is like if that's another sport, they aren't just letting him keep going. They're gonna go, yeah, it's you've had your chance, move on now. So, but like they're just all going, no, he's getting there. He's fucking getting there. But then you look at like the fucking hits these guys take. It is brutal. And they just get back up. It's an incredible sport. It really is. It's wild. But yeah, it's a really... If you have any interest in skateboarding, Tony Hawk, anything like that around it, it's a really interesting watch. But that was what I watched on my solo.
Okay.
Should we lead into what we watched together, and then you can do your solos?
I'm going solos.
All right, you have.
Well, me and Ian watched something.
Yeah. So we only watched one together actually this week, haven't we?
We have.
But it's a banger. What did we watch, Bex?
We watched The Loft, didn't we, Mark?
We did watch The Loft.
Mark, go on your letterbox right now and tell me how many times you watched The Loft.
I'm gonna do. I think there's at least one that hasn't been logged as well. But let's have a look. I bet it's a few. activity. There's only 2 listed there. I've watched that.
Nah, that's bollocks. Yeah, you've missed maybe 3.
Yeah. I mean, it's a banger. It's the loft, isn't it? On all fucking levels.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
It fucks, it stabs, slaps, stabs. It does all sorts of things. Jumps out of windows. It's a great film. It's a classy film as well.
So classy.
It's dripping in just.
The thing is, it's so fucking twisty. Like, there's so many bits that you're like, oh snap, and yeah, like the fact that like there's the Carl Urban reveal, and then there's like there's just so many bits that you're like, okay, this changes everything. Oh, this also changes everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this also changes everything.
I mean,
Wise went with Miller so creepy.
I'm not the biggest Eric Stone Street fan. Like I find he's a bit much for me sometimes.
Is he the Modern Family man?
Yeah.
He's the big dude, yeah?
He
Yeah.
is perfect in
Yeah,
this
he is.
as being that character.
He's good in this actually.
Yeah, he is. He's so. Oh, you are just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I liked it, but yeah, it's a fun movie. This.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But that's it.
It's basically just never trust anybody ever.
No.
Is the message of this movie.
Everybody's horny for Carl Urban. Is the message for this.
I mean, Carl Urban could get it. To be
Carl
fair.
Urban could get it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, we've also been watching quite a bit of the rewatching the High Fidelity series, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Mark's horny for what's her face. Zoe
Kravitz.
Yeah.
I mean, who isn't?
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. No. Yeah, bet you are. Don't just lie. Don't just lie like you did about G20.
G20 looks shit, mate.
Stop lying. Why would you turn this into a house of lies?
House of Lies. Who plays the guy in that though?
What?
Not Mac, the other guy. The nice guy that goes with us to the record place.
Oh, Luke Bracey, yeah.
What else is he in?
White Lotus.
Of course he fucking is.
He's
He's
a
the
douchebag,
douchebag.
yeah.
He's lovely in this.
Oh, he's lovely in this, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's a douchebag in, yeah.
It's nicer than that fucking bitch deserves.
Yeah. What the fuck? The whole point about High Fidelity is that Robbie's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But
I do like how it fakes you out though, because obviously we are rewatching this, so you know that it turns out that she's the bad guy here.
Yeah.
But it does actually, it's quite good at making you think that Mac's the bad guy.
Yeah, but what is it? It's in the book. It's quite clever. I do like how they've flipped it.
The gender swap.
The gender swap.
Is clever.
It makes sense because what they've done is they've basically gone, look, she can get away with this partially because she's cool, but also because she's hot.
Mm.
Whereas when it's Rob,
John Cusack,
he can get away with this because he's the cool old guy who owns the record store that everyone looks up to.
You saying John Cusack's not hot?
He's Cusack hot. He's early 90s hot. Early 90s.
Yeah, fair.
That just reminds me of what somebody asked Danny Trejo once, who, like, the person they were most scared of on the set, he was most scared of on the set of Con Air was. And his answer was John Cusack. He's got things going on behind his eyes. It's so good.
I reckon John Cusack will be a fucking midnight out where you would wake up somewhere you would not know where you were.
Oh, somebody would get punched on a night out with John Cusack.
You'd probably be in amounts of pain and have bruises that you didn't remember getting.
Yeah. And you would go, why have a copy of Catcher in the Rye?
Yeah.
That's it, that's what we've watched, so you can...
Yeah, so the only one that I've watched on my own is the one that Ian has also watched. So shall we do that, Ian?
Indeed. So this is Love Hurts. With so I hadn't even seen the trailer for this.
I haven't.
Like it, and to be honest, the only reason why I went to see it was because I'm in between jobs at the moment, and like I was just a bit like looking for something to do on Friday afternoon. So it was like, fuck it, I'll go see it. So directed by Jonathan Usibayo, who I'm assuming has previously been a stunt coordinator. He's got 80 credits on IMDb for stunts. So there you go. He was the fight coordinator on The Fall Guy, stunt coordinator on Violent Night. That makes sense because this is a 87 North production. That's the production company kind of like founded by David Leitch, director of The Fall Guy, Deadpool 2, Bullet Train. So it's one of those basically. So it's Ke Huy Quan and Ariana DeBose. Ke Huy Quan is an estate agent, but with a past.
It sounds so lame when you put it like that. I think in America they call it a realtor, which sounds a little bit less lame than estate agent.
A bit better, yeah. Ke Huy Quan's first lead role ever.
Yeah.
But Ariana DeBose is in there as well. She's like an old flame of his who kind of pulls him out of retirement. Now, let's just address that. Ke Huy Quan is... Why doesn't IMDb make this more obvious?
Ke Huy Quan is 53 years old and Ariana DeBose is 34.
There you go. Straight up 19-year age gap between the two of them.
Yeah.
And I'll just say my piece really quickly on this. This film, pretty forgettable. The relationship in the middle of it doesn't work at all. I was more enjoying the relationship that comes up between Leo Tipton, who plays like kind of Ke Huy Quan's assistant, and Mustafa Shakir, who plays a hitman called the Raven, and they both kind of... Sorry? Roger, yeah, or Roger. I was more into that.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That one.
It was.
Ariana DeBose was not born when Short Round made his debut.
There you go. That is fucking ridiculous. I will say, though, there is one fight scene in here in a house, maybe about a third of the way into the film, where Marshawn Lynch, ex-NFL player, I believe, and this other guy... spoiler for my favourite moment of Love Hurts. In a fight, bundle Ke Huy Quan into a fridge and then just pick it up and chuck it at another bit of the kitchen. And then shortly after, Marshawn Lynch says something like, "Here I go," throws himself at Ke Huy Quan, misses, and he just says, "Damn, I missed."
I was like,
that's good.
Yeah, so a couple of things comment on that. I love the fact that fridge bit is shown from the fridge's POV.
Yes.
that I enjoyed that. And I also really enjoyed the fact that he attacked them with cookie cutters at one point.
Yes.
Heart-shaped cookie cutters. I reckon that'd really fucking hurt, though. I've cut myself on a cookie cutter before. It is not fun.
And this is the thing. That fight is a good fight.
I think all the action's pretty good, though, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
All the fight choreo's really, really, really good. It's just...
Everything else around it.
Yeah. Isn't.
Absolute bollocks.
Yeah. Right, so just on Leo Tipton for a second. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that does this. Whenever she pops up in something, I'm always like, where do I recognise her from? Oh, it's the girl that sends that young dude his picture of her tits in.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that being your thing? That's really
Hang
sad.
on. So yeah, she. I want to make sure I'm not like somehow dead naming here. So she's Anna Lee Tipton, who was in Crazy Stupid Love and Warm Bodies. She was in an episode of The Big Bang Theory at some point. Why is she now called Leo?
Maybe she just thinks it's a cooler name. Oh, she come out non-binary. They've come out as non-binary.
Okay, so sorry. Okay, genuinely didn't know that. Right, fair enough.
But yeah.
Sorry.
So,
Yes.
But yeah, I just feel like decent actor, quite nice screen presence, really quite good in this. Like you say, the bits with her and the Raven and her character falling for this assassin based on his poetry book is cute. It's a cute little side story. But I just think it's really quite sad that that's where my brain goes every time. Oh, that one.
Yeah. No, I mean, because that's the thing. Throughout the whole thing, I was like, that person looks familiar. And then it's Leo Tipton. I was like, all right, I don't know who that is. I'm literally just looking at IMDb now.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, that's why they look familiar.
Good hair in this movie as well.
Yeah. That little, like, fucking nose ring as well. Like, interesting decision.
I'd
And
like one of them, but I don't think I could pull it off. Well,
I don't want to pull it off.
you don't want to pull it off, yeah. I knew you were going to make that fucking joke. You're an idiot. You really are an idiot. I love you though.
I will say as well, the film is about, I think it's 82 minutes long. And there's a couple of bits where there's voiceover and there's kind of like montagey stuff. So again, a spoiler for the film. There's this kind of weird montagey bit where Sean Astin and Daniel Wu, who plays like the main villain, are kind of having this conversation that ends up with Sean Astin being killed. And then during that, other things are happening as well. But it's almost like they just cut down 3 separate scenes into one montage. And it feels like there's a cut of this film that probably isn't even that long. It's probably 105 minutes long. And someone was just like, look, this thing's a piece of shit. Just cut it down. If we can get it to be 82 minutes long, then we can get like an extra showing a day in at the cinemas. Like, it felt really just kind of all over the place. And honestly, Ke Huy Quan and Ariana DeBose. I mean, Ariana DeBose won an Oscar like 3 years ago. And now she's in Craven the Hunter and Love Hurts.
Well, let's be honest though. She's fucking awful. She's an awful.
No, I mean, she's really bad in this.
And when
Oh,
she
yeah.
smiles, she looks fake.
Uh-huh.
Her teeth are so unnaturally over whitened that she looks like a fake human being.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, she's really bad in this. And it like, her agent, God, she was an Argyle as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
For like 2 seconds.
I mean,
Isn't she?
I feel like the world is punishing her for that rap she did.
She did a rap.
Oh, at the BAFTAs.
BAFTAs.
Oh, God, that,
I
yeah.
feel like literally, like something in the world went,
Right, we need to stop her now.
Was that the Glenn Close BAFTAs?
The Glenn Close
There was some weird Glenn Close shit at one of the awards ceremonies. where she
I
got
just
twerking
blocked
or
Glenn
something.
Close out of my brain.
That's fair.
Hang on, I'm just going to Google Did the Thing. And then we'll see. No, because then it's Did the Thing Survive. Ariana DeBose Did the Thing. Yeah, there we go. That. So, Angela Bassett did The Thing. Apparently.
Oh, okay.
What did people also ask? What did Ariana DeBose mean when she said Angela Bassett did the thing? Ariana DeBose doing her thing at the BAFTA Awards. What was the thing? Who did she do it with? And how often? Answer. It was probably meant as a reference to Bassett's powerful performance as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
I've still not seen that, you know.
I gotta say, her losing the Oscar to whoever she lost it to feels like a perfectly okay thing. Who did she lose it to?
I can't remember who it was now. Which year was it? I can't remember what year it was.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well.
Yeah, I mean, actually, no. I mean...
Yeah.
It was just...
I'm not saying Jamie Lee Curtis didn't deserve it. I just feel like... I right now, would we all prefer to live in a world where Jamie Lee Curtis hadn't won an Oscar? And I'd say yes.
But, I mean, it kind... I really like Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, again,
No, I liked it.
But, yeah, the fact that people were so fucking hell about... because Angela Bassett won all the precursors and then loses the Oscar. And it's a bit like... Yeah, but you were the mum who died in Black Panther 2.
Does she die?
I
mean, all spoilers
yeah,
aside.
dude, I'm very sorry. Spoiler alert for a film that you've had the opportunity to watch any day you wanted for the last, 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, it's fine. I'll never watch it.
Yeah, she dies.
Oh, cool. Fair.
But... It's literally, she gets, 2 speeches. And I just, Angela Bassett, didn't she, look like, what the fuck at the Oscars as well when Jamie Lee Curtis won?
Yeah, there was a little bit of a... Wait a minute. I won this.
And she said, she spoke to Oprah Winfrey after and said she was disappointed. I don't know, dude. It was Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
If you were nominated for Black Panther, then maybe, but... Yeah, anyway. Sorry, what were we talking about? Let's rewind. Ariana DeBose, yeah. The fact that she has an Oscar when she has the credits that she has...
It's a bit Cuba Gooding Jr.
Right, okay. I'm going to literally go through all her IMDb credits right now. I can do this in less than a minute.
Go.
Right. Ensemble in Company, the Labor Day song, short. 1 episode of Blue Bloods. 1 episode of The Tonight Show. A film called Seaside. A short called Fragile. The Ensemble in Hamilton. Some video thing. A New York Fashion Week thing. The Prom. West Side Story. A Voice in Human Resources. Westworld. A voice in 1 episode of Bubble Guppies. Schmigadoon, Once Upon a Studio, ISS, Wish, Argyle, Fraggle Rock, House of Spoils, Craven the Hunter, Love Hurts.
She's in Fraggle Rock.
That Apple TV one from a year or 2 ago.
There's an Apple TV Fraggle Rock.
I'm pretty sure.
Why have we not watched that?
What the actual fuck have I been paying $8.99 for and not watched that?
Hang on. Yeah, let me just see if... Yeah, Fraggle Rock, yeah, what, fucking hell, there's 2 seasons of it.
Fuck.
Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock on Apple TV+, yeah.
Jesus' balls. Well, that's getting watched.
Looking forward to you talking about that next week. So, this is the thing. She's got those credits... It might be one of the least amount of IMDb credits to Oscar win proportions in all of IMDb. In terms of actual credits, but also the quality of these things. Literally, ISS, Wish, Argyle, Craven the Hunter, Love Hurts.
That's just not a lot of films there, is there?
What? And I there's an MCU film, there's a Disney film. Argyle, should have been. Hang on a fucking second. Argyle's 2024. How was that not in any of our worst of the years?
It was in yours, wasn't it, Bex?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad it was in someone's.
Yeah, it was in back.
No, fair enough then. Anyway, Ariana DeBose, what the fuck? Love Hurts, not great.
Yeah, our audience poll on that was 100% definitely shit.
Fair. Oh, the thing is though... No, it's shit. It is shit. I just... It's enjoyable enough crap for a daytime watch, but if I'd given up an evening to this, I'd be really disappointed.
That's the thing. I went to a 1:05 in the afternoon showing of this, and I was out of the cinema at 2:45. Yeah, that ain't bad.
It's school unfriendly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't think it will be in my bottom 10 at the end of the year
No.
because, in particular, that one fight scene I just thought was really funny.
That's it. I think for me, like it's probably a touching cloth for me because story-wise, actual film-wise, it's not great, but there's enough positive in there. I think that, like the fight choreography, like the action is well done, like the Leo Tipton and the Raven meet cute stuff. That's cute. It's always nice to have Sean Astin in there. It's always funny to see him pop up. So there's enough in there for it to not be a total shit for me, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think it's a mild shit for me. You know. So. Right. Okay, and that was it for you, Bex. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. All
All right, cool.
all the other things I've been doing have been Resident Evil related, and I've just been getting scared by Marguerite Baker. So love that.
You need to get a PSVR and play Resident Evil.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm telling you. Right. Okay. I've got a fair few. I'll try and like motor through some of them. So we're going to talk about Heart Eyes next week, aren't we?
Yes.
Heart Eyes is really, really fun.
Nice.
It's not groundbreaking. It's really fun. And my audience enjoyed it. It's one of those I'm glad I saw this in a cinema with an audience jobs.
Yeah. I'm excited. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, so Moneyball. I rewatched Moneyball. Moneyball is, you know, one of the great American films.
Yeah. I said to you on IMDb, on our group chat, I said, it's just a really soothing movie to watch.
Yeah, totally is. Brad Pitt is so fucking good in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Terrific bloody film. And Steven Soderbergh wanted some of the real life baseball players to actually play themselves in the film when he was supposed to be directing it. I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that.
It's not the type of film that Steven Soderbergh should be making because he wants everything to be some form of like experiment, which worked for some of the films he does, but not for something like this.
Yeah, no, quite.
Okay.
Bennett Miller, make more films.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder, rewatch Tropic Thunder. Amazon Prime, shit interface, sneakily really good collection of films in 4K. You know, and they don't make you pay over the odds for the service either. So there's that. Tropic Thunder is a film that feels like it could well be pretty cancelled. There is a scene where Robert Downey Jr. is an actor in blackface talking to Ben Stiller about how you never go full retard.
Yeah. For quite a while as well.
Yeah, it's a long scene. Robert Downey Jr. is giving like one of the low-key funny comedic performances in this for me. There's a lot of funny stuff that he says, but also there are some looks that he gives.
He's doing a lot of face acting, isn't he?
Honestly, he's really, really, really good in this, and I fully believe he warranted his Oscar nomination for this film. Because, yes, Robert Downey Jr., lest we forget, got nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars for Tropic Thunder. And that is beautiful. And also, the film is repeatedly saying this is fucking insanity that he has gone through facial repigmentation to play this role. The film is not saying it's a good thing that he's done that.
No, it's a very over the top look at method acting.
Yeah. It's a film that starts with a series of fake trailers, including one for like an Oscar botherer starring Robert Downey Jr. and Tobey Maguire as Randy Priests that won the Crying Panda Award at like the Bangkok Film Festival or something. And it's like, yeah, you know, I could see there being a Crying Panda Award. Honestly, Tropic Thunder might get better every time I watch it, apart from the fact that it ends with a Tom Cruise dance sequence.
Which is the bit that everybody loves about it.
There was the perfect amount of Tom Cruise before that film.
Yeah.
Because he's basically only in 2 scenes before that bit, and then he's doing a dance while the credits are playing, and it's no. But at the same time, him dancing at Matthew McConaughey, saying something like, I'm gonna give you the goodies, and then Bill Hader just behind him going, welcome to the goodie room, is very good.
I haven't watched that film in a while, and I need to give that a rewatch.
Tropic Thunder is really, really good. Jack Black also just like going through heroin withdrawal tied to a tree, offering to suck a guy's dick, and he'll just like, I'll cradle your balls in my mouth and swallow down that gravy. Come on, let's go do this. Is wonderful. Tropic Thunder, absolute brilliant film. What's not brilliant, unfortunately, Dogman.
Oh, it's not.
Dogman is the most hyperactive film I've ever seen. It's okay. I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Maybe it should be a 2.5. I don't know. Lottie came out of it and said, I think that film was for kids younger than me. Which is the first time she's ever done that. And she's right.
I was going to say, I think that sounds like she's right, yeah.
Yeah. Dogman is for 5-year-olds. And for people who may really like dogs. Thing is, I really, really like dogs. Dogs are my people. Dogman is basically RoboCop for kids. So,
That should be a full quote.
It's the thing is as well. It starts strong. So you've got this cop and you've got his dog, and they're chasing after P.T. the cat, voiced by Pete Davidson, and they're going into some danger. And the cop says, if anything should happen to me, look after my wife. And there's a picture of he shows the dog a picture of his wife, and the dog just goes like, and just shows the cop a picture of a ball with Greg written on it. And it's like, all right, this is going to be a banger. And that's the funniest bit of the film.
Oh, shit.
So basically, they get blown up in an accident, and then these doctors are like, well, the dog's top half is still usable, and the man's bottom half are still usable, so why don't we stitch them together, and they'll just become Dogman. And
I'm not sure that's how that's biologically accurate, but...
No, exactly. Oh, hey, you alright? You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to say anything about Dogman?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that was definitely for kids younger than me.
Yeah, but it was okay, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had good jokes. I do kind of wish, because later in the film, you were about to get to this.
I don't know.
It shifts to the focus of the cat, copied version of him that's like a baby and like innocent.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it goes into like, and Dogman's just not in focus, which makes the film like
not as good.
Not
Yeah,
good.
yeah, fair play. Yeah, it's a good point actually. The second half of the film is more about Pete the cat, voiced by Pete Davidson, has made a clone of himself because he wants to have a clone of himself, but he doesn't read the instructions that the cloning machine. It's like, right, step 4, wait 18 years for clone to age up, essentially. So it's just like a baby, like cat. And then the second half is actually more about this baby cat and Pete Davidson realising that he loves the baby cat. And, you know, much like Poochie, it's just like every time Dogman's not on screen, people should be asking, where's Dogman? And that's the thing, Dogman's funny. Pete the cat and his little clone, maybe not so much. So, hey, look, Dogman, it's for 5-year-olds.
That sounds awfully like the part of the plot for Austin Powers and Dr. Evil.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. But there you go. Fair play. I think lots was bang on the money there. Okay, so then Donna and I have been watching the Apple TV show Shrinking with Harrison Ford in, and that got me on a Harrison Ford kick. So, sorry, dogs just making a lot of noise there. So I watched Blade Runner, because why not? And Blade Runner, a feast for the eyes, isn't it?
Beautiful.
And the ears. Just absolute banger. So fucking good. And the way that I love how much time it spends on Roy and Pris as well.
Yeah.
And it really does, by the end of it, it does just give you that, like, that feels like things didn't end up the way they should have. That's actually really sad. And then, off Deckard and Rachel go. So then I watched Blade Runner 2049. Which is, like, man, it's almost so fucking good.
Yeah, it's just there's just something.
Well,
I love 2049.
I really like it. It's just not quite perfect.
It's great. It is great. Is Blade Runner 2049. Like, the audio visual stuff is ace. I actually think Ryan Gosling's arc in it is phenomenal. I love the way that it subverts the, like, he's the special one.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
My brain
But-
shoots interlinked at me a lot.
Oh yeah, there. Those bits are great.
They are good.
But Jared Leto, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah. The fact that I, after watching it for the first time, didn't realise he was blind.
You are pretty dumb though, Mark.
I mean,
I don't think it was obvious.
but it's
It's really,
and it
really fucking obvious.
it's kind of obvious, mate. All right, agree to disagree on that one, maybe. But it kind of segues into my second, like, negative point as well. He's in it. I think he's got 2 scenes, and then, like, there's elements of him, and then the kind of, like, the rebel replicants that Kay meets towards the end, where it's a little bit like, we'll see you in the next one. And Kay's arc very much appears to end, but, you could also see the third one being, oh, the rebel one's resurrected him.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Enough.
Yeah. And it's like the stuff with Joy, like Anna de Armas, like, she's basically the light projector thing is crushed, and then she's gone. And then you've got the moments with Ryan Gosling kind of realising, well, she wasn't really real anyway. But again, in the third one, it kind of feels like, all right, is he going to find, like, a backup of her? And actually, she does love him, and there is some sort of sentience going on. There just seems to be bits, left over that are like, yeah, we'll see you in the next one. And they're not clanging you on the head with it. And
it stands up as a film itself without you going, no, there needs to be a third one here.
I am keen
Yeah.
for 2099 though.
What?
yeah, that's the... Is it an anime?
No, it's a series with Michelle Yeoh in it.
Oh, is it live action?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I mean, yeah, no, yes, absolutely. This ended, and it's like, okay, cool. Ford's got an arc there where he's going to meet his daughter. What's going to happen from there? Jared Leto has the 2 scenes, and then he goes off world. What's going to happen there? The Rebels, what's going to happen there? And it just... and it's the fact that this stuff seems to be introduced basically in the 3rd act, and it is just a bit. Did the studio tell Villeneuve, because he didn't have quite enough power to say no, you need to do this, this, and this?
Oh, I think it was definitely an element of the studio wanted to franchise protect.
Yeah. But it's ace. It's really, really good. And I actually think I like 2049 more every time I see it. I know when I saw it in the cinema, I was like palpably underwhelmed, and I'm certainly not there anymore.
Good quotes in it as well.
Oh, there are great quotes in it. Okay, so I'm just gonna. So I then watched another Harrison Ford film today, where people on Letterboxd need to touch some fucking grass.
Yep. I mean, I don't know it. I have a feeling I know what it is, but I haven't checked. But yeah, they do.
This film is not based on reality. This film is about Harrison Ford battling Gary Oldman and saying, "Get off my plane."
Yeah.
And this film is Air Force One.
It's a
Air Force One is fucking brilliant.
Yep.
Just, yeah, I masturbatory right-wing power fantasy premise aside, this movie at least has decent action set pieces and direction. 3-star review from Penguin Jedi on Letterboxd. So, right, masturbatory right-wing power fantasy. What? It's Harrison Ford is trying to make peace with Russia, which is weirdly fucking relevant today, but Harrison Ford's actually doing it with the fate of humanity first in mind. And they storm his plane, and Harrison Ford, being a good dude, gets help from other good people who, yeah, they're American because it's fucking American.
Yeah, he doesn't become like
a
superhero in it.
No.
There's a lot of time where he fumbles stuff.
Yeah, and like needs people's help. You know, like the last 20-25 minutes is basically him trying to fucking like fly a plane with people telling him what to do, and Xander Berkeley being shifty in the back, and you're going like, what's he gonna do? Because you know he's a bad guy. And that's a great... Yeah, exactly. And that's a great bit as well. Xander Berkeley is revealed to be a bad guy in like the first 15-20 minutes. And then he is the last bad guy in the entire film to die.
Yep.
Because he's just around in the background constantly. It's like, what's going to happen? So, Air Force One fucking slaps. And the only thing that I would discredit it with is... I want Gary Oldman to swim in the river of ham a little bit more.
He's hammy in it, though.
He's hammy, but he's not classy like Alan Rickman or as hammy as I want him to be.
He
He's
go
not
big enough. I think.
No, I don't think he's particularly memorable.
He's got a few memorable bits, but I get a feeling that a lot of those are trailery bits.
Yeah, and what I suppose what doesn't help there is the fact that he gets killed about half an hour before the end of the film, and then it's Air Force One is still in the air, and they need to land it. I think this film fucking rules. Mark, apparently you gave it 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd, and I think you need to explain yourself. But
I remember quite enjoying it.
Honestly, it is a little bit. We didn't know how good we had it with this. Harrison Ford is the president I want to have, and he has the help of loads of good people around him. The action's decent, and I mean, yeah, like it is a very, very satisfying fuck yeah time. And the landlord from the first 2 Spider-Man films is Gary Oldman's right-hand man in this. I don't think he says a word, but you know it's him. You know, the Rent guy.
Oh, yes. Yeah, oh, God, yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah, good. There you go. That's me. Air Force One. Banger. Get fucked, Letterboxd.
I'm guessing it is just a lot of people who can't go, do you know what? The film was made like nearly 30 years ago where things were different. You don't have to look at it in that way.
Yeah, I'm just a bit like, it's a movie, just enjoy the fucking movie. Even though I will say there is some kind of like dad cinema aspect to that, where I watched all the Jack Ryan films last year, and I'm really, really fucking tempted to do it again. But it's really because The Hunt for Red October is
they're all still getting made.
it might be. Oh, actually, no, I don't know. John Krasinski can get fucked. It's Alec Baldwin, Harrison Ford, and Chris Pine as Jack Ryan.
Fair.
That's fine, but not Krasinski.
Not Krasinski. No, the Hunt for Red October is. It's basically at my funeral. Instead of songs being played, I want people to watch 3 films, and The Hunt for Red October would be one of them.
Nice. I will gladly do that.
Like, honestly, it might be Hunt for Red October, Sunshine, and one other.
To be confirmed.
Yeah, we'll see how the next however many years go.
Right, we do have questions. Dylan asks us, I've been reading Bridget Jones. Right. Once you said a full question, it makes sense. Right, you've been
Right. Dylan, you've been reading Bridget Jones.
Reading Bridget Jones is set to break box office records. Surely this is some total bullshit. No, it has not quite broken records, but has it's the most pre-booked tickets post-pandemic.
Can I just interject there for a second?
What?
You're aware that this is based on a book series, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. It's
Why?
just you seem so confused by I've been reading.
No, it was
Bridget
more
Jones.
the fact that Dylan might have read
Dylan has been reading Bridget Jones. Yeah.
People are excited for it. Cinema is
Yeah.
many other people, not just us. And there's a girl I work with, and she's saying, I'm really looking forward to going to see it. There's a group of us going. Yeah, I think it's gonna be crap, but do you know what? It's a good girls' night out.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it is.
yeah. Do you know what? That cinema should be for that as well. It absolutely should be.
Yep.
Zombie Vish asks us, films stuck on VHS/DVD you'd like to get a blue/4K in 2025.
Oh, sorry. Say that question again.
films that are stuck on VHS/DVD, you'd like to get a blue/4K in 2025. I am saying it has to be a 4K. We're knocking blue off the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a film that doesn't even have a Blu-ray release that you'd like to get a 4K release.
I mean, that's a tough question, and the one that comes to mind immediately is The Devils.
And that got... No, it's got a DVD, didn't it?
Yeah.
I've got one. I can't remember its name now. You got one, Bex?
I don't know what things are out on to be able to comment really. So no.
Cool.
I'll probably say one that like there's already one of those.
The Passion of Darkly Noon.
Yeah, fair.
I'd like that to get
Nice. Yeah.
Because that is a bonkers fucking film.
We watched that not too long back. Didn't we?
Yeah, fucking big fucking shoeboat.
You've seen there's some rumours doing the rounds about a new Mummy movie.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's happening.
With Cillian Murphy, that guy,
Yeah, and Brendan Fraser back.
and Rachel Weisz.
Rachel Weisz, yeah.
Hang on, what?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently it's in development. Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz are both pretty much confirmed.
And Cillian Murphy is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, God, get that fucking paycheck, Cillian. God bless you.
That is it for questions we've got this week. Hello.
Are you there, Ian?
Okay, I am, and I apologise. All right, good stuff. Thank you very much for listening, everyone.
What we're covering next week here?
Next week, you get to enjoy Mark and I talk about Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. And it sounds like maybe Mark and I on Captain America Brave New World. So, Bex, you having a week off?
We'll be doing Heart Eyes as well, won't we?
Oh shit, yeah, sorry. Yeah, and we'll be talking about Heart Eyes, which is that film I think is pretty Becky Nip.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have a very good time with that.
Excited.
We'll talk more about it next week. It's very fucking tongue in cheek. There's a monologue in it. No, actually, I'm not going to say anything. Right. So yes, there we are. So, folks, thank you very much for listening. Becky, thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Ian.
Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Jason, go fuck yourself. And SNL 50 this weekend, prime time on NBC, and I hope you're nowhere fucking near it.
I don't think they're going to invite him.
I don't think they'll be inviting him either. Go fuck yourself, Jason, and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.